What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing, everybody? It is I, Lamette from Insane Disappearances, and I am happy you guys joined me today for another exciting, head-scratching episode of Insane Disappearances. Now, I just wanted to reiterate, there's been a lot of hype about the interview that I posted a couple of weeks ago, you know, of the woman who had that strange experience in the Brown Mountain National Park, and I gotta say that it's doing very well as far as the views. And I want to thank everybody for watching all my videos, but especially those, you know, because we got to get that information out there. Everybody has to know about these things. Everybody has to know about what's going on in the national parks that can basically blow your mind in ways that you could never understand. Okay, so without further ado, at this point, I want to do some updates in the story. I got two stories for you today. One is about one is about a couple, and one is about one man, and they're both very strange. But I wanted to start off with the one about the guy first, because that was the main talk about that was the main focus of my episode. But I think I'll do this first because this is a fresh case. This one is about an elderly couple that was found in an area in the Amboy Crater National Park. So I'm gonna get started with that one first, because like I said, that's a fresh one. All right, now, just after 1:35 p.m. Saturday, deputies from the Morongo Basin Sheriff's Station and Sheriff's Aviation 40K1 team responded to the area of the Amboy Crater and National Trails Highway following the report of two lost hikers. Now, the 40K1 crew located an adult male and female, both 50 through 60 years of age, deceased in the area. It was unclear how long the couple was missing. Now, their names haven't been released, so I can't really do too much looking into their story unless I'm just finding the story about their disappearance, which is self-explanatory. Duh. But anyway. Now, CBS 2's Christy Fajago said they were from Yorba Linda, wherever that is. It might be a part of the area, maybe. But anyway, the woman was apparently able to call 911 for help, but the rescue crews didn't, reach the couple in time. Now, the crews also searched by air to no avail. Now, okay, this is the part that really gets me. Depending on when they got lost, which they never said, because the bodies were just found. I guess they got to determine how long they even been out there. But they said that a woman called into 911 for help, but they didn't make it there in time. So depending on where the woman's ping came from and how far away the 911 was, or the rescue crews, or whatever you want to call them, however far they were, makes me wonder what could have happened then within that short period of time. If they were in an area, it's very hot, it's 108 degrees, I don't think that they would have just been dead by the time they got there, depending on when they got there. Now, if they took their sweet time and showed up a couple of days later, that's one thing. But if that woman called, and it took you too long to get there because you were probably too far away, since they was in the desert anyway, obviously, of course, but still, I would think that they would still be alive, So the whole story is kind of up in the air as far as what happened, because I'm just going by what they have on the internet and what they've been saying on the news, and the fact that a lot of the times and the information is kind of sketchy, because I'm still trying to wrap my mind around how long were they out there before she called 911, and how far could they have been to get there?
What is it about Happiest Hour that attracts so many people?
A lot of people like to we got one.
All I know is that it's still kind of strange, because it makes me wonder, how long did it take for you to actually get there? That's my situation. I'm trying to figure it out, because if they were dead by the time you got there, it's almost like it took you 2 months just to get there, because I don't know. I mean, they said they found their remains, and by the time they got there, I don't know if it was because they called them remains because they were dead, or the fact that, because I would think that they would have said they found their bodies They didn't say that they found their remains. So how long were they out there before she called 911? Or at least how long did it take for them to get there after she called 911? I mean, I'm just trying to piece that stuff together because that's what's being said. You know, she calls 911. They don't get there in time, and they found their remains. I guess that's what they call a human's body when they're dead, because they're not alive anymore. So you can't really classify them as a living being or a human. So you call their body, instead of calling it their bodies, they say their remains, because they are dead. So I guess that might be where that comes from. I don't know, but I'm just saying. But anyway, let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, now the man and woman were found. Oh, I already read that part. Okay. But it says here that the man and the woman were found about 100 feet from each other. Now, temperatures in the area reached up to 108 degrees that day. And the sheriff's deputies were quick to point out that this couple is not to be confused with the missing couple that was last seen 3 weeks ago, in the Joshua Tree area. They still haven't been found. That's another update I wanted to get to. I mean, there's no leading evidence into them finding them or knowing where they were or are. Okay, so right now it's just the same old information. They out there somewhere. They found that maroon Honda, in the area with the hood up. So obviously the car must have stalled, and he probably got out to see if he could fix it. They couldn't find it, so they were probably walking back to civilization. But see, they said they was out there for a hike. So why would they go out there for civilization? Go out there and not try to get back to civilization. They just went in the opposite direction from what they said. Because if they haven't been found, they must have went into the desert. Now, did they get disoriented in all that heat and thought they were going back in the right direction and ended up somewhere else? Nobody knows. But it's the fact that they're not around. They're nowhere to be found. So I would think in the other direction, like how I always go when I'm talking about these cases, when people just disappear in national parks and when they're hiking in certain areas, they might have stepped into a wormhole that led to another dimension. Maybe. Just think about it. If they haven't been found, there's no trace of them anywhere in the area where they're supposed to be hiking at. What else could it have been? But see, they're still looking for these young people. So I don't really want to get into that detail because it's still an ongoing case. I don't want to add more, too much. I don't want to add too much sauce to the mix because it might mess things up as far as credibility in my case. But still, they haven't been found yet. I really do hope they get found because the friends and family are still looking for them. I think the Park Service either stopped or they're still helping them look. They may be giving them all the information, all the help they need, but I don't think they're actually looking. So, like I said, right now, it's all up in the air. I really do hope that I find or hear about some positive information about them, because one of my viewers are actually friends with the family, and they were out there looking for these people. One of them, the person that was contacting me, said this was his last mission because he was tired, and they just messing up all around. They saying that they were a couple when they really weren't. And down here at the bottom of this page, instead of them saying Joseph, which is his name, Joseph Obessel, they said Joshua Obessel. Now, I'm guessing that's a typo because at the previous information, they were talking about Joshua Tree. So they probably had that on their mind and just typed in Joshua, knowing that his name started with a J-O. So, I don't know, maybe they were high, I guess. I don't know. But, basically, it's all pretty much the same information. So, it is what it is on that. But now I want to get to the matter at hand, the real reason why I'm here. This one is about a man who disappeared back in 2015 while on a hike. Okay, now the headline is reading: a Provo man still missing after 2 weeks in Wasatch County mountains. Apparently he was either going for a little walk or a little hike. I don't know. It's a decent looking man. It looks healthy. But obviously something happened. I just don't know what. I wish I could know. But, we only can go by the information that we received by the internet. But before I get into that, I put this new quote at the end. Not a new quote, but the same quote I put in almost all my videos. And you already know what it says because you've read it. But if you don't, it's saying seeing reality for what it really is opening your mind to knowledge unseen. And I think when I think about that phrase, I think about all of this that's going on with national parks and the people that disappear in them. Okay, when you start saying, oh, it was a serial killer. No, it had to have been a pedophile. No, it had to have been whoever else. But they never go beyond that because this is thinking logically. That's how people do. That's what people do. Period. They think logically. They don't think about what could have happened to someone in a much more paranormal way or sense or whatever else you want to call it. But there's so many different variables to all this. There's so many different criteria and keys that can show you what really happened to these people. Even if it may look like one way, but you say something else because it is just too weird for you to even try to put it in the public, because the public eye is probably going to look at you and think you're nuts. There's no such thing. There's no reason for that to happen. That's humanly impossible. I've said that in the past. Humanly impossible. You want to know why they would say that? Because there's no human on this planet that could do something like that in that way. That's why they say inhumanly possible. That means there's something else going on here. There's something more mysterious when it comes to this situation. Something happened to those people. It may have been something supernatural. It may have been something just so beyond our own way of thinking that we just can't even fathom it or even wrap that around our brains, because it doesn't happen in our world. It really does. You just don't ever see it. That's why I say, if you ain't seen it, you can't tell the other person they ain't seen it either. They saw something that you didn't see. That's the whole point. You know, people fear what they don't understand. They also fear what they never see. So if someone tells you that they saw something or they experienced something that you can't really explain, they're gonna be like, well, that's impossible. You were daydreaming. You were this. You were that. You were this. You were that. And I'm saying to myself, dude, female, whoever, why would you say something like that if you weren't there to see it? Obviously, that person saw something. You know, but when you got people that don't believe, they start saying, "Oh, that person's a crap pot. They don't know what they're talking about. They were, probably high, or they were drinking something, or they were just whatever." When it comes to stuff that other people can't grasp or can't handle, that still does not mean that what happened didn't happen. I'm just saying, because people experience things that other people don't. That makes them either lucky or just a person that it just happened to. All I know is if a person saw something, obviously they saw something that blew their mind, something that didn't make any sense, something they couldn't explain. But you say, "Oh, it's not real. It's just a story. You don't know what you're talking about." You can't do that, because reality has many different forms. It really does. Reality is not just based off of what we think reality is. That's why we can't seem to open our minds to all of this stuff that happens. A person goes into a park and he disappears and never comes out. They try to figure out how it was that he went in there and didn't come out. There's no evidence to say that he was killed by something or someone, like a bear or animal or whatever kind of animal, or a serial killer that may be lurking in the park. There's no evidence to state anything. You can't even say the person took a poop and fell in the water trying to do that and drowned. You can't even say that because there's no evidence to state all that. I'm just saying, if there's no evidence to state what you may think happened in a logical way, obviously the evidence is going to take you into a different area. You're going to go down a road that you're supposed to travel to get to the truth, but you have all these side streets that have all these different ideas of what could have happened. At some point you may say, you know what, let me try this street right here. Maybe I can get some ideas of what happened to that person. Instead of you just going straight to the answer, you veer off and start thinking all this other stuff that doesn't match up with the road that you're trying to get to. That's why I'm saying it doesn't match up, so it's going all out in all these different directions. Your mind is everywhere. You say, maybe it happened like this, or maybe this happened, or maybe that happened. That's just the way the human mind works. But if you cut off all those roads and stay on the straight and narrow, and to get to that point where the answer is, you may find out something that you never even think could happen. Seriously, because think about it. If the evidence and the facts, like what David Paulides always says, he states facts. Now, I have looked at these facts. I have read them. And those facts tell me a whole different story about what could have happened to these people. It makes you think beyond the way a person that thinks logically would ever think. You start saying, well, okay, the facts state that he was lying there face up with hardly no clothes on. Pristine socks. Body dry as a bone. But yet you're dead. But there's no evidence to state how you died. So, if you didn't die in the way that we know of, what else could have killed you? Or that person, rather. What else could have killed him? What did you start thinking about? What could have made this person die but not leave any evidence whatsoever? Could have been an internal drug that they put in their system. Not if the evidence showed after the autopsy that they weren't drinking or they weren't taking any drugs. They do have drugs that actually aren't detectable in your system. They do. I know that for a fact because that happened to me once. But that's a whole nother story. I'll get into that some other time. But anyway, if you don't see that, if the evidence don't show that, what else is there? What could it be? Could it be that something supernatural happened to him? Maybe he got frightened to death? Now, if that was to happen, think about this. If that was to happen, you would see evidence of maybe some type of trauma to the heart. Maybe it was scarred from all that friction that it caused when the heart was beating a mile a minute from all that fright. Or I'm pretty sure that would show up in the body, but it doesn't. So what else could it be? Maybe it's almost as if somebody stole their soul. Now I know I mentioned this many times before, but it all comes back to all of this. Maybe it's almost like someone stole their soul or zapped their energy to the point where they had no more. They didn't have enough to just stay alive, so they died. See where the facts take you. The facts take all of what I said. The facts take all of what I said before. Barely clothed, lying face up in a body of water or in the mud, but your body's bone dry. The socks are clean, like as if you just put them on right after you got them out the dryer. You didn't walk on the mud, so how did you get in the first place? Maybe the back portion of your socks is dirty because you lying face like back down. You're lying with your back to the ground, dead. Anyway, I'm jumping off the subject here. Okay. Now, from what I read before I actually turned on the recorder, I was saying a promo man last seen June 7th is still missing and endangered, according to the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office. Now, according to Lieutenant Brian Gardner, information officer with the office, Wayne W. Buckley, 73, was reported missing and possibly camping in the Current Creek area of Wasatch County on June 12th. Doesn't state what year for some reason, but I guess it depends on the byline and when it actually was posted, which was in 2015. So yeah, he disappeared in 2015. All right. Now the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue and Life Flight have conducted numerous searches in the area and have not been able to locate him. While hoping Buckley was picked up by another traveler or is in another camp area, the search and rescue operation has moved into a recovery mode. It looks like they still didn't find him. But anyway, now Wayne suffers from emphysema, and it is not likely that he went far on foot. Now it is not known what he was last seen wearing as he went along, although it appears that all he took with him was his clothing and his .38 caliber revolver. Now, see, that's a smart man. Now, I don't know what kind of clothes he was wearing because nobody knew what kind of clothes he was wearing. That's what they just said that. But at least he carried a firearm. And that's one of the things that David Paulides always talked about. He probably heard one of his interviews on Coast to Coast. And he mentioned to always carry a firearm. Maybe he was wearing a black outfit. I don't know. They don't know because they don't know what he was wearing because nobody saw him when he went into the park or wherever it is, he went to the hike or whatever the case may be. So good on you, sir. I'm glad you had a firearm. But obviously the firearm wasn't good enough because he's still missing. So, I mean, he's an elderly person. I think they say he was, 65 or 75? 73. I'm sorry. Yeah, 73. The man was 73 years old because he probably could have been commandeered. And the firearm was removed from his person. In a forceful way, maybe. I don't know. But the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office is asking that if anybody has seen Buckley to call the office. So far, there have been no leads, obviously, because nobody, like I said, they said nobody saw him. They didn't know what kind of outfit he was wearing. So, they can't even tell you what color his shirt was. Okay, now it is possible he either walked from where his truck was parked or got a ride from somewhere else. From someone else. It is an ongoing case, and investigators are asking for the public's help. Anybody who may have information regarding Buckley's whereabouts or anybody who may have seen him is asked to contact the Wasatch County Sheriff's Office at 435-654-1411. Yeah, so it's an ongoing case. So anybody out there within the sound of my voice on this video, if you have any information about this man, Wayne Buckley, 73, lived in it didn't say where he lived in, so I was lived in the area. But anyway, if you have any information on this man, please call that number, 435-654-1411. Okay, so I'm just saying, if you know something, tell it. I mean, it's the best thing to do, because, he has to come home, or at least people, if they know what happened to him, they can rest easy after that. Put it to rest and put him to rest. But yeah, that right there was all of that about those stories. Don't really have anything further to talk about. And I've talked about 3 different, disappearances. So that's pretty much cut and dry right there. That's pretty much all I got on that. But I've said this on my last post. I'm gonna say it again. If you are a person out there who has had an experience that you cannot explain in a national park, no matter which one it is, I would implore you, get on your computer, go to YouTube, find my channel. My email address is at the description box. Is in the description box below. Hit me up. Let me know that you got a story that you want to get out, you want to tell, because you have every right. Okay, that's what the Constitution is for, and that's what the amendments are for. Freedom of speech. Nobody has a right to shut you up. Nobody has a right to tell you can't talk about this. But when they throw their authority around and throw it at you, sometimes it gets you to do stuff that they want you to do instead of the stuff that you want to do. Like saying, man, fuck off. Don't come near me no more. You ain't getting my phone because you ain't got no warrant. Even if they get one, you still ain't getting it because this is my property. I pay the bill on this. You gonna pay my cell phone bill? I didn't think so. You running on government money. You ain't running on civilian money. Civilian money has to pay bills. They gotta put their kids in school. They gotta buy groceries. They gotta keep the house in order. They gotta keep their rent paid. They gotta pay their mortgage. They gotta do all this stuff for them because they're a civilian. You are a government worker. You straight. They probably pay for everything. You ain't got to do crap. But go out there and harass people just because they saw a disc flying in the sky or they saw something weird in one of them national parks. Now, for a National Park Service to say it's private property, but yet everybody from around the world can come there and camp, hike, run, jog, see the scenery of the woods and nature alone. That's not private. That's public. It's a federally owned public monument. Now, if it was properly owned, you would ban every single person on this planet from going into that park so that y'all can just enjoy the splendor for yourself. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Why would you say something that stupid? I'm just saying. I mean, if it's private property, why was she allowed to go in there? Duh. I mean, do you hear yourself when you're talking? I'm just saying. Private property means you ain't supposed to be on that property but the people that own it. So if I'm in there hiking or walking my dog, and you gonna tell me it's private, I'm gonna be like, so why is it that there's hundreds of people coming in here to hike, camp, and do all kinds of things, stay at the cabins, stay at the hotels near the park? How's that private? If you got hundreds of people coming in from all over the world just to see the splendor of nature and these tall oak trees that have been growing since the Stone Age days. I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. But anyway, guys, if you are one of those people that has an experience like the experience of the woman that I interviewed a couple of weeks ago, or the experience of the woman I interviewed shortly before, okay, if you are a person that has had a UFO experience, like an abduction, and you remember everything or at least part of it, come here to this channel. You are not alone. This is family. We have an open mind. We can take in all this stuff like a sponge and soak it in and just think about it. But, I believe it because she's talking about it. I believe it because obviously you can tell by the tone of her voice that she's been keeping this inside of her for years. Like the lady I interviewed, she kept all that stuff inside her for 7 to 8 years. But she finally decided to talk about it. And you should too. Never be afraid. You have rights. Okay? You have every right to say no. Now, if they try to throw their gumption on you or, just whatever, you still can say no because you have rights. You don't have to answer them. You gave them all the answers you needed. So why are you still calling me? You know what happened. You don't believe it? That's on you. But still, you have every right to talk about it as well. So you know what to do. Come to Insane Disappearances. Email me. Hit me up. We can set up a meeting. And I can put your story out there for all to hear. Okay? Everybody needs to know the truth. If something is going on out there, everybody needs to know we live here. You can't keep the truth from us. That's not right. You live here too. You're human just like us. Unless you are one of those hybrids. They work for the government or alien in disguise. Maybe you want to reptilian people, like how you saw in that video with the president was giving a speech and they had this bodyguard kept going like this. And they stopped it when he got to about right here. And then they zoomed in on it. The man ain't had no ears, man. I was like, what the heezy? I was like, ooh, what could that be? What could he be? Could it be a reptilian alien? Disguised as a human? And then his nose was like this, sitting straight up like on a skeleton where you only see that little slat that goes down like that. That's what it looked like. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's creepy. And he's in plain sight. He's bobbing back and forth like he's nervous. He's looking at all times. He ain't missing a beat. He's looking, bam, bam. He's scanning the area just like this. He probably got scanners in his eyeballs. That's why he get that little red light up, beep, 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 and just scanning everybody, making sure ain't nobody doing nothing stupid. And after that, police, government police. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, if you're one of those people, come here to this channel. You are not alone. We are family. Okay, you will be accepted into the fold. The truth seekers, the truth finders. That's who I am. I'm a truth seeker and a knowledge seeker. I like to seek knowledge about everything that they don't want us to know about. I can tell you some stuff, man. Some stuff you never believe it. But if you come here, you have to, because that's what I'm all about. That's what we're all about. We have an open mind. We can accept all this stuff. We have a feeling. We have inside of us that says, "Oh, this is real. This happened. Okay, we're here. Yes, we are. We're here." But anyway, I'm rambling on here, but I'm having so much fun doing my channel because you guys are the best, man. You guys are the best. I mean, I got up to 8.9 views on that interview, and I thank you guys so much. You are the best. I love you. That's, I'm here to help. I'm here to do my job as a person that's very concerned about these things. So I can only get better. I can't get worse. If I do something ain't right, so I can only get better. I can only go this way. I can't go that way, because that's the past. This is the present. That's the future. I don't know where this is gonna go, but it's gonna go far. It's gonna go there. Okay, that's all. I'm just saying. With your help, I can get there. 1 million views, people. I'm at 530 something, maybe 540 by now, maybe even 550. I don't know, but I'm getting there to 1,000 subscribers. I hit my 500 mark, I think, yesterday, and it's been going up ever since. But I'm trying to get to 1,000. I'm trying to get there. That means more followers. That means more people that want to learn about what's going on in these national parks. If you got a closed mind, you can still come, but open-mindedness is very welcome. Very welcome. Because I have an open mind. I mean, I got flaps that open up, whoosh, and the brain is just present. It's showing. It's all over the place, accepting everything. So like I said, I know I probably said this about 1,000 times before, but I'm saying it again so you can get what I'm saying. If you're one of those people, come here. You can share your story with the rest of our YouTube family. Okay, if you know that this needs to get out there, let it get out. If they come to your door saying, we could talk to you for a second, we understand that you had an experience, but we need your phone. Okay, you got a warrant? What? I don't hear nothing. You have a warrant? Well, you can't have my phone. No, can't have my phone. Wait. Remember, you can't have my phone. You have a warrant, so bye-bye. Do that, slam the door in their face, and keep it moving. Then you get back over to your computer, sit down like where I'm at. Go to YouTube, then go to Insane Disappearances. Comment saying I want to talk. Okay, send me your information in my email. You know what that is? meckdee@comcast.net. Okay, if you didn't hear that, just go to the description box below. You'll see it. And I'm just saying, type that in. I want to talk. Okay, what is your number? Such and 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 such. I call it. We set up a meeting. We talking. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Welcome to Insane Disappearances. Hey, you tell me what you got to say, and everybody hears it. And I guarantee you it'll go viral. I guarantee it. That means everybody done heard it. Everybody done seen the video. Everybody done seen and heard the interview. Okay? I want to get into that. I want to get into interviews of all sorts. I'm talking UFO experiences. Experiences with ghosts, experiences with being abducted by these grays that are supposedly, well, they're not supposedly, I know this for a fact, they are bioengineered robots, machines. They may not look like it, but that is the next evolution in robotics. Instead of you using cutting edge robotic arms and gears and legs and knees, trying to make everything move like a human, it's like, you got joints that are actually metal wheels right here in the knuckles. Well, the wheels make the knuckles, and so you're just doing all this human stuff. Okay, but now they're using biomechanics, using tissue that matches up with a robot. Okay, we're talking Terminator shit. All right, this is a living tissue of a metal endoskeleton. Get to the chopper now. Anyway, but I'm just saying, that's what they are. So they don't have any feelings. Okay, then they don't get sad, they don't get happy, they don't cry, they don't even know what pain is, which is probably the reason why every time someone gets abducted and they start probing them, it hurts because they don't understand the word pain. They don't understand what it means. They never experienced it before. Okay, so if they doing all this stuff, saying, relax, I'm not trying to hurt you, but you are, motherfucker. You hurt me. It hurts. What are you doing? Do you even know what pain is? Can't you see the look on my face? My face ain't blank like yours. You can do all this stuff without even thinking. You don't have second thoughts like we do. You just some robot that's being controlled by somebody else. Boy, stuff I could tell you. But that's why you're here, right? You want to hear what I got to say, but I don't know if you're ready. I really don't. If you're ready, then I'll talk. If you're not, zip the lip, throw away the key, and keep it moving. Because I got to wait till everyone is ready to hear what I know, or what I have been thinking, what I feel is going to happen, or what this is, or what they are. I have the info, but you got to be a believer. I can believe because I've had all these experiences before. I done seen UFOs. I done seen ghosts right in front of my face. I done talked to them. I felt them. I was enticed by one. Doing one of these numbers. Fingernail all up in my chest, going in a circle with the hairs. I'm taking a nap. And all of a sudden I feel something just like on my body like this. I'm sitting in on my side. I feel like really brittle pad-like hair. I'm like, what the heck? I didn't even want to wake up. I just knew there was something lying on top of me. Then I felt that person going like this. I could feel a fingernail. I'm talking a female fingernail. Tongue twister. But anyway, I'm feeling this. And I'm saying to myself, what? what the, I'm stuck. And then I did one of them numbers, and whatever it was, it got off him. I literally felt it just plop down on my body, and I actually got pushed into the couch. Okay, so I know this happened, but feeling that and experiencing that, like I said, that's the first time I've ever been touched by one before. I've been called out by one in my ear while I was next to a wall, so couldn't have been nobody here, but they were speaking, still in my ear, like they were right here, space, wall, nothing but a Janet Jackson poster. That's right, that's my girl. But anyway, that's a whole bitch. Like I said, anyway, that's what I'm talking about right there. So, got my experiences, you got yours. If you want to talk about it, come here and we can talk about it. But everybody can hear it. If you want that to happen, it'll be completely anonymous. You don't have to mention your name, and I won't mention anybody else's name either if they were involved as well. All I want is the truth about your story. Come here with the truth. Don't fabricate. Don't lie. Don't do this. Don't try to make it look even more pizzazzy than it started out as. If it's the truth, that's all I need to know is the truth. So, here we're family. We can talk about it. Brother to sister, mommy to daddy, whatever. But anyway, I gotta go, guys. It's been fun, and I have had a blast talking to you guys, letting you hear all the information, keeping you up to date with everything that's been happening in national parks and deserts. 100 and something degree weather with all this stuff. It's like 100 degrees here right now. And right now it's like maybe 90, 93. But I love it. It's the heat. I love the summer. I hate the winter. I hate the fall. Anything that got something to do with the cold, I hate. I really do. But anyway, I gotta go, man. I gotta go have me some fun, chill out, watch me some movies, watch some TV, eat, because I'm hungry. I'm hungry in the mug. Anyway, you know how I do it, guys. At the very end, aloha, mahalo, and ahuiho.